So our next is an inspiring example of courage, strength, and survival. Ilianexi Morales was home with her sick mom when her boyfriend of 3 years came over in an attempt to reconcile their recent breakup. And what happened next completely took her by surprise and changed her life forever. Take a look.
I met Musa back in 2003. He was kind, generous, and always willing to help me and my young daughter. But soon, I saw another darker side to him. He could be controlling, extremely jealous, and kept me isolated from my friends and family. After 3 years, I finally reached my breaking point and broke up with him. But one day he came to the house and asked to speak in private. Before I could react, he became enraged, pulled out a knife, and started stabbing me over and over. My face, my arms, my neck, my back, it felt like forever. I couldn't do anything but scream and beg for help. There was no doubt he was going to kill me.
Well, Ilianexi joins us now. You were stabbed more than 40 times.
Yes.
Did you think you weren't going to survive?
I was sure I was going to die that day.
You know, domestic violence is something that, you see in the news, but people don't really talk about it as much, and it happens so often, and that's really why we're doing this segment today. Were there any warning signs?
There was never violence in the relationship. It was more like other signs like control issues, jealousy, spying, following me. But I never thought that it would escalate to something like this. I never saw it coming.
What happened to him after this?
He got sentenced to 15 years. Right now he's still serving time, so he will be out in about 7 more years.
7 more years, wow. 15 years, I mean,
very little.
You would think he would have gotten a lot more.
I was hoping.
You had extensive scarring. How many surgeries have you had?
So far, 17 surgeries.
Wow.
Yes, still counting.
Are you in pain?
No, I'm not in pain. I'm not in pain, but there's still a lot that I have to fix.
Yeah.
Yes.
You look so beautiful now. It's hard to imagine all that you've done.
Incredible.
Has he tried to reach out to you from jail?
No, thank God he hasn't.
Your cosmetic surgeon, Dr. Andrew Jacono, is also here with us today. Why were so many surgeries needed?
Yeah, so in the beginning, she needed a lot of surgery just to save her life, because it wasn't just incisions in her face, they were all throughout her body. So she had those surgeries done, and then the surgeries afterwards, the surgery is much more complex because she's been stabbed so many times about her head, neck, and face that unfortunately normal traditional techniques for reconstruction just don't work. So we had to do surgeries that were called flap surgeries, where we make incisions and we borrow normal tissue from other parts of the face and rotate them around. And what that does is it helps create, a more natural appearance and creates a beautiful woman like she was before.
How many, how often do you see cases like hers?
Unfortunately, very frequently. I'm part of a group called Face to Face. It's a national group of surgeons of the American Academy of Facial Plastic and Reconstructive Surgery, and there's about 300-400 of us across the country. So we do about an equal number, about 300 a year. And equally as important as the surgery is helping them rehabilitate themselves psychologically, because it's not such a simple thing to do surgery when you've been through this, because unfortunately, it's like opening up these wounds again.
Yeah.
Going through this process is like a cathartic process where you have to reface what happened to you one more time.
Well, I think it's so great what you and other doctors are doing as part of this group, and for you to speak out. I mean, it's not an easy thing to do, and I know it takes a lot of courage to do. So I appreciate it as sort of a warning sign to other women.
Yes.
What is? I mean, a woman watching at home today. There's so many people in abusive relationships, potentially violent relationships. What do you want to tell them?
To just, look for the signs. There are always signs. You do have time to prevent things if you can just recognize the signs and know that there is a problem. It is not normal to get abused. Not only violently, you don't need to get beat up. There are other signs. Act, do something, talk about it, look for people. There are many organizations that can help you. There's shelters. There's so many things, but of course you have to go and get them.
Yeah. Well, again, I just think you're so brave for being with us today. Thank you so much very much. Wish you the best. So learn more about the warning signs of domestic violence and where you can turn to help. Go to our website, andersoncooper.com. We'll be right back with more of The Final Thought.